This video is sponsored by the fine folk over at SCD Keys. On this channel, we're always talking about saving money and getting great deals, and that's what you can do by picking up a $50 PlayStation Store card from SCD Keys. If you head over to their website, link is down below, and search for a $50 PlayStation Store card, you'll find it. Go ahead and add it to your card, and use our specialized promo code GC3 to save 3% on your order. That'll bring the cost of the card down to $46.64. You can check out and choose your method of payment. Your key will show up on your account, and boom, just like that, you got a $50 PSN card a little bit cheaper. Not only do they have great deals on PlayStation Store credit, they also have Windows 10 and other software heavily discounted, and you can get great deals on those as well. Again, check out the link to SCD Keys in the description box below. We've got a lot to cover in today's video. We knew it was gonna happen with the 500 million limited edition PlayStation 4 Pro launch in Europe, and it is already being relisted on eBay for absolutely ridiculous prices, and we want to take a look at that, but it's kind of depressing, especially if you did want this console, because it's clear to see that some people just bought it to make a quick buck. On top of that, we've got a new gameplay trailer for Avalanche's new title in Generation Zero. Remember, they're working on a couple of games right now. Just Cause 4 is due out later this year, Rage 2 next year, and Generation Zero is also scheduled for a release next year, and you can sign up for the closed beta right now as well. Also, over on the PlayStation blog, they have a post about The Quiet Man. The Quiet Man was this unknown new IP that was announced during the Square Enix press conference at E3. It's one of those games not a lot of people ended up talking about because the trailer was so brief and didn't give us a lot to work with, but now we're getting some more information about the game and the fact that it's going to be a relatively cheap game. Remember that it is a title that you can complete in one sitting, so that probably explains why. Housemarque's next title in Stormdivers gets a teaser trailer ahead of Gamescom. We're probably going to be seeing more of that title at Gamescom. Looks to be some sort of multiplayer-centric title. A lot of people speculated that it is a battle royale game, but that has not been confirmed yet. Also, we've got updated sales numbers of PlayStation VR. It just passed another milestone, so that's great for it, and PlayStation VR is getting an expanded library of games, so that's good to see. We'll talk more about the PlayStation VR and its possible future at the end of this video. First, let's talk about the absolutely depressing state of the 500 million limited edition PlayStation 4 Pro. You know, this was a nice thing of Sony to do, a PlayStation 4 Pro to celebrate 500 million total PlayStation units being sold. I thought, hey, this is a really good idea, and then they also said there are only going to be 50,000 units made available, and then I knew right away this is going to be an absolute train wreck. So many people are just going to buy this PlayStation 4 Pro with the idea that they can relist it on eBay and make a quick buck, and if your quick buck is the definition of some people trying to cash in thousands of dollars, then yeah, they're making a quick buck. The console just opened for orders over at Europe today. It's already sold out, but they are being relisted on eBay, and we're seeing listings as high as $5,000. Yes, that's not a joke, $5,000. Now, typically they are hovering more around the $1,000 to $1,500 range, but considering that we're still pretty early on, a couple weeks down the line, I do expect that regular price to go up, and this is so disappointing because I think the 500 million system is such a sleek and cool looking system. I would love to get my hands on one, and I personally still have the opportunity to get one at a decent price because the orders have only opened up at Europe. You'll be able to order the 500 million limited edition PS4 Pro in the US on August 24th, so all hope is not lost if you're living in the United States. You can still get one for $500. Just now that you saw what's happening over in Europe, you have to be like a freaking hawk when buying this thing. You've got to get on August 24th. You've got to head on over to Amazon or your favorite e-tailer and order it right away, because I guarantee you it's gonna go out of stock very, very quickly. Everyone's gonna try to order it, and then within 15 minutes of the damn thing being listed, I foresee eBay listings of this thing going for $1,500, $2,000, even as high as the $5,000 listing that is up right now. So that is just a disappointing state that we're in. I fully expected it. Do not get me wrong. When this thing was announced and we covered it, I said that I foresee people buying this thing and then relisting it on eBay right away. I just didn't expect it to be this ridiculous, and bear in mind that we're still early on. The more people realize this exists after it releases in the US and people aren't able to get it, then you know they're really gonna be forking over the cash, and that just sucks. You know, at the end of the day, this is just a collector's item. A lot of you guys are going to be like, hey, I can just get the regular PlayStation 4 Pro, but at the same time, if you're going to pick up this console, at least have the intent of keeping the console because you like the look, you like what this console symbolizes, then fine, by all means, keep it in your collection. But to just buy it and then relist it on eBay to make a quick buck, that's just really scummy in my opinion. So enough about that. I talked about that for quite a while. Let's move on to Generation Zero. We've gotten a new gameplay trailer for that game, and it is looking pretty dope. A new open open world game by the guys over at Avalanche, and of course they are a storied studio. This is a multiplayer open world game set in 1980s Sweden, reimagined. You've got hostile machines that are invading the serene countryside, and you need to fight back. You can play it alone or team up with up to 3 friends in seamless co-op multiplayer. You'll utilize battle-tested guerrilla tactics, and you'll be able to lure, cripple, or destroy enemies in intense creative sandbox skirmishes. You can sign up for the closed beta right now over at GenerationZero.com, and the game itself will be coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One in 2019. Next up, back at E3 during Square Enix's little press conference, I don't even know if you could have called that a press conference, it was just really a short video showcasing a bunch of their games that they're working on. They showed off a brand new IP called The Quiet Man, and for a long time we really didn't know what this game was. However, some light has finally been shed about the game, and there is a brand new trailer out right now as well. Now, one of the pieces of information is the fact that The Quiet Man will be priced at just $14.99, and the game will be approximately 3 hours long. We knew that the game could be completed in one sitting, so this isn't a surprise to us. For some people, that might be a little bit of a surprise if you weren't in tune with the game, but here's exactly what the game is touting so far. It's a 3-hour immersive cinematic live-action third-person brawler gameplay experience with seamless transitions from the live-action to gameplay. It's something we feel that's been never done before at Square Enix. The events of this game take place in a single night as you take on the role of Dane. You play in a soundless world where most of the game is inaudible, and you must piece together the clues based on each character's actions, not their words. Some of our other key players are Lala, the songstress, Police Lieutenant Ash, who seems to have a connection with Dane, a highly mysterious masked man, and gang members from Soul 33, Peter and Marcelo. Based on the footage we've seen thus far, I'm very interested in this game. It's something so unique, it's something so original. Yeah, some people are going to be turned off by the fact that it's 3 hours. Sometimes more smaller experiences are good, and it's better off for the experience that they're trying to deliver. It's not like this game is a full $60 game, and for that price, with how unique and original of a game The Quiet Man is, it's definitely a title I'll be checking out. Next up, we've gotten some more details on Housemarque's new title in Stormdivers. Now, if you're not familiar with Housemarque, and how can you not be if you keep up with this channel, I seemingly talk about them all the time, but they've worked on some fantastic PlayStation downloadable titles such as Super Stardust HD, Resogun. They did Dead Nation. More recently, they put out Matterfall, and their most recent game is a title known as Stormdivers, and we just got a teaser trailer for the title. It doesn't give us much of an idea of what it is, but it does have a more futuristic look, and it does look to be a battle royale game, and it's actually pretty crazy. I think the top comment on the trailer kind of sums up how people are gonna feel about the game. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself making a new battle royale game. I literally just saw that comment as recording this video, and I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, Housemarque was seen as one of those studios that a lot of gamers, at least the ones that play their games, absolutely loved, and now they're doing something completely different. Hopefully it turns out well. It is Housemarque. I have high expectations for them, but it does seem a little bit off from their typical foray. We'll see more during Gamescom, which is running from August 21st to the 25th. And finally, the PlayStation 4 Pro 500 million console is celebrating 500 million units of the consoles being sold, but 3 million PSVR units have also been sold, and that's very impressive. I think PlayStation VR had a little bit of a rocky start. I think a lot of people checked it out just because of the VR novelty. The games lineup wasn't all there, but now at this point in 2018, that games lineup continues and continues to grow. We've got games that are specifically designed for PSVR, and then we have games that also have VR components like a Resident Evil 7, and we have upcoming titles like Firewall 0 Hour, and these games are looking really, really good, and I'm so happy that Sony, unlike a lot of other platforms that they've released in the past, they've really stuck to PlayStation VR, and they've continued to put out more games. I know From Software is working on a PSVR title, so that could be really good, and just all around, the library right now has a lot of depth, and it has a lot of good games. Maybe not incredible games, but there are a lot of quality experience on PlayStation VR, considering you have titles like Skyrim, Gran Turismo Sport, you have those notable franchises on here as well, Doom VFR of course, and there are a lot more games on the way as well. Good to see Sony sticking it out with PSVR, and good to see it gaining some sort of traction with 3 million total units sold. Here are the top 10 most games on the platform as touted by Sony. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim VR is at number 1, number 2 is PSVR Worlds, number 3 is Rec Room, number 4 is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, number 5 is Playroom, 6 is Job Simulator, 7 is Until Dawn Rush of Blood, 8 is Batman Arkham VR, 9 is Farpoint, and 10 is Superhot VR. So some pretty interesting information there. And And that's gonna conclude this video. The 500 million limited edition PlayStation 4 Pro is open for order over at Europe. Unfortunately, it went out of stock, and now if you go on eBay, they are being listed for absolutely outrageous prices. Generation Zero has gotten a brand new gameplay trailer. That game is shaping up pretty well. Hopefully, Avalanche can deliver with that title. They've got their plate really full right now, again, with the impending release of Just Cause 4, Rage 2 next year, and Generation Zero. For Generation Zero, sign up for the closed beta over at GenerationZero.com. We've gotten some information on The Quiet Man. I'm liking how this game is shaping up. I don't know if it's going to be for everyone, but considering it is only $14.99, it'll be a title that I definitely check out. Housemarque has their next game lined up, Stormdivers, and we'll be hearing more during Gamescom. And lastly, as I mentioned, PlayStation VR has celebrated 3 million units sold. Great for them. And again, that library of great PSVR titles is ever evolving, and it's great to see that Sony has stayed committed to the platform. That's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.